Hey, what's up guys? I just wanted to start this video with some specs on this pen before I actually start my full review. I had just recorded the whole review and I realized that I left out a couple bits of information that I wanted to get across. So first off, this is the stainless steel Embassy Elite pen available at countycom.com. This is a 300 series stainless steel with a brushed finish and knurling on both the handle as well as on the front portion here where your fingers are going to be. It does have an O-ring for a full seal on this pen. Length is 5 1/4 inches long. You have rounded sides on both the front cap end and the body end. It is 1/2 inch diameter, and it also has a very sturdy stainless steel pocket clip with a stonewash finish. And the pocket clip is attached with 2 hex screws, or more commonly known as Allen screws. So in carrying this pen in my pocket, I found the pocket clip was very functional and very durable. Although overall the weight of the pen, stopped me from carrying it every day. It's not a big deal, but there's some definite drawbacks in the winter and summer. In the winter, most obvious would be that the all stainless steel, it retains a lot of cold. So it's not a great pen to be carrying around in the winter. And in the summertime, it's just a little bit heavy for shorts. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, on to the review here. Hope you guys enjoy it. I want to do a gear review tonight. Decided to break out some pens here. This specific review is going to be on this new generation of Embassy pens from CountyCom. This one here is in the full stainless steel. This is a 300 series stainless. I believe it's specifically 301 grade stainless steel. It is one solid milled piece of stainless. Alright, we have our cap and our body. And on the inside, if I unscrew the tip here, we can get to the business part of the pen, which of course is the ink cartridge. Okay, and our ink cartridge is, in my opinion, one of the best on the market, especially for the price, and that is Fisher Space Pen. I've talked many times in the past about the Fisher Space Pen cartridges. It's a pressurized cartridge. It offers a lot as far as performance in a pen goes. You can write in ridiculous climates, extremely hot, extremely cold. It'll write underwater. It'll write in pretty much any condition. And it is pressurized, so it can write in any kind of angle. You can write upside down. In fact, I believe NASA spent $1 million originally, creating this pen. And people laugh because the Russians went into space with a pencil. But of course, America, we always have to be bigger and better. But a lot of research has gone into this company to create such a product, and it is an outstanding performing product. I can tell you that from personal experience. Ever since I first got into pens in general, because some people might laugh and say, oh, it's a pen. My 99-cent Bic pen works fine. Well, if that works for you, that's great. It really is. It's great. I have nothing to say about that. I have nothing to complain about that. But some people specifically are into pens. And if you want a really top-notch, high-quality pen, this is certainly a great option. The one downside with this pen is its weight. And I'm going to focus mostly on that in this video because the weight could be a very positive thing for some people and it could be a very negative thing for others. The first thing you have to think about is, alright, if I'm going to carry this around all day, can I really deal with the weight? Well, the weight on this, according to CountyCom, is, I believe, 3.83 ounces. I'm going to weigh it here, just to give my weight on it. And let's let that get to 0. And let's see what we come up with here. 3.79. So we're in the 3.8 realm. Okay. Let me just double check that. Just make sure that we're right here. And here we go, 3.79 again. Alright, so we'll just call it 3.8 ounces in between both of our specs. Now 3.8 ounces is not light. Okay, that's the average folding knife for most of us. Alright, just to give you a comparison here, the other pens I have on the table, other pens that I've been using recently as well. I have a Benchmade pen here. Also takes a Fisher insert. You can see there. Same insert, same performance as far as the ink cartridge is concerned. But this one has an aluminum body. It's a lot smaller. I'll compare the two, pros and cons and stuff, in my opinions, a little later in the video. But just to give you a weight comparison, This one here weighs 0.6 ounces. Okay, so just a hair over a half an ounce. And we have a gel pen. You get these at like craft stores and stuff. This one happens to be brown. I like the gel pens. I'll also compare this to the other one, pros and cons, a little later in the video. And the two of those together looks to be just a smidgen over 1 ounce. Alright, let's throw in a knife just to get the weight up a little bit. Here's a 2008 Victorinox Soldier. And now we're up to 3.46 ounces. So even with two pens and a pocket knife with multiple tools, it's still lighter than the Embassy pen. So the first thing I'll say in conclusion is, if you like your EDC tools to be light, forget about this pen. It's definitely not for you. Okay, that's obviously clear. However, there is a such thing as good weight, and I think that some people like a nice heavy sturdy pen. It feels good in the hand. As far as carrying it around, like I said, it's not a huge deal to me. When you're talking about a couple little ounces, if I'm just walking around during the day, I have nothing else really that I have to worry about carrying. I don't have a heavy load or anything like that. It really doesn't make a difference. In fact, I've carried this a lot in my leg pocket in my cargo pants. And just the specific position on my body, it doesn't bother me one bit at all. And I've even carried it in my pocket as well. I've carried it in my left side pocket, clipped to the inside of the pocket, and it hasn't affected me. I have tried this with shorts. I have not gone out in public with it, but just for my own curiosity, I tried it in shorts. For example, just to see what it would be like in the summertime. It's been too cold to actually wear shorts outside the house, but I was just playing around with it and seeing what it would be like. And with a pair of cargo shorts, because the whole pants are shorter, obviously, and there's less material, I did find that when I was walking around the house, I felt it kind of swaying in my pocket a little bit. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you've ever carried a really heavy knife in the summertime, you just kind of know it's there. It's not a big deal. But especially in the wintertime with the heavy pants and everything, it didn't create one single problem at all. Another issue though for the wintertime, because I have been carrying this, is that because of the stainless, it does get a little bit cold. But the other versions did as well. Any kind of a metal pen. This aluminum Benchmade pen also got cold as well. Same goes for knives. You know, in the wintertime when it's very cold out, you want to kind of sway away from carrying anything that's just exposed metal, because it will retain the cold, and in the summertime it will retain the heat as well. But for an office pen, to have this just laying around your desk, I think it's very, very high quality, very, very tight tolerances on this. Like I said, it's just basically one big piece of very finely milled stainless steel. If you unscrew the top here, you'll see, let me show you the pen a little bit closer. We have very good attention to detail on the knurling here. It's very hard to get very good high quality knurling, and when I'm saying knurling, I'm referring to the cross cut that's in here, and what that does is offer you a lot of grip. I think it's the perfect amount of grip. Okay, it's not too grippy where it's uncomfortable, but it's not slick either. Okay, when I use this pen, let me grab a piece of paper here just to show you. Just write something like, "Hey YouTube." Alright, or what a lot of you guys like to do, one of these dealios with the typing, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, it writes beautifully, but what I want to focus more here on specifically is the grip. It offers perfect grip. It's very comfortable in the hand. Even though it's a very heavy pen, I don't find it being sluggish on the paper. I don't find that like I'm having a difficult time writing with it. I actually just filled out 65 Christmas cards with this pen, and I don't find my hands fatigued or anything. So if you have any concerns like that, well, you know, I write a lot during the day. I don't know if I can do a heavy pen like that. I can tell you personally, it's no big deal. Now, of course, that may differ from you. If you literally write all day long, I don't know, you know, if you can deal with a heavier pen like this. But even with all those Christmas cards and some other stuff I was doing, it's totally fine. It's very comfortable in the hand. I find it's very balanced with a lighter pen, you know, like this. It's still, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong, look, there's nothing wrong at all with a dollar store pen, okay? But if you want a higher quality product, you're going to have to pay a little bit more for it, and you're definitely going to get what your money's worth. It's like with knives, you know. The $5 knife, yeah, it'll cut things. It might cut your box open, but you know what? It's going to leave a nasty, jagged edge. It's going to struggle a little bit. You're going to have a harder time using that tool, and you're going to be a little bit less happy trying to use it and perform the same functions that you normally would with a higher precision tool. A pen is no different. Some people might laugh at the idea of paying more than $1 for a pen. Well, then again, some people might laugh at the idea of paying more than $5 for a flashlight. It really just depends on what you want to get out of your product. In my opinion, you pay a good amount of money the first time, and then you enjoy it for the rest of your life. This pen would definitely last you the rest of your life. I promise you can take this right now, and you can slam it on the ground as hard as you possibly can, and nothing will happen to it. Okay, I'm talking about the pen body itself. Now, the ink cartridge, I don't want to get into a whole nother destruction series, but I may have to do some kind of testing with this because I know it can take it. But, maybe if you really abused it, your ink cartridge might explode. But that's an easy replacement. You can get these ink cartridges from CountyCom for $5. So what I'm saying to you, basically, if you use a pen normally, you can get one of these Embassy pens in stainless steel and get a handful of the ink cartridges, and that'll last you many, many years of service. Whereas the other person can get the $1 or $2 pen from the store, right, and then throw it away when they're done, and do that a couple thousand times in their lifetime. So would you rather spend $2,000 on cheapo pens over and over again for the rest of your life, or get something that's actually worth it? And again, this is going to appeal to certain people. It's not for everyone. I understand that. Not everyone is going to want to pay a lot of money for a pen. Alright guys, I'm back. I just want to talk a little bit about price. Okay, obviously that's what people are most concerned with. They like a lot of things they see in reviews, but can I afford it is the biggest question. Well, first off, this is not a cheap pen, and it's not for everyone. Okay, CountyCom charges $49 for this pen. I honestly think that is a fantastic price for this, and I'll explain why. First off, this is a full-blown custom-made pen. Okay, it's a government contract. It's very limited. It's not something you can go to Office Max or Staples and just pick up whenever you want. Alright, the only place you can get this pen in the world is through CountyCom or one of CountyCom's dealers, and they don't have a lot of them. I think they only have 1 or 2 different people that they sell products to be able to sell internationally. And by the way, I do have a video, a past video about international sales. There's a company that CountyCom deals with that allows international sales, since they don't ship internationally directly. But anyway, like I said, there's a lot of things to consider. If you have a nice office job, you're a suit and tie, you're writing all day long, you're doing computer stuff, you have a need for a nice high-end pen, this is definitely a bargain, if you ask me. You're getting a very high-quality pen that will literally last you a lifetime. And for anyone who's into the whole, defense role, all that kind of stuff, and they want a pen that will, be good for, say, makeshift Kubotan, this is definitely a great option. Okay, I don't have small hands, but I don't have, big old meat mitts either. But you can see I have enough metal sticking out of either side where if I needed to use this, for an impact weapon, I certainly can. And let me tell you, this thing is almost indestructible. I have no doubt in my mind you can crack open coconuts with this thing. It is a solid hunk of stainless steel. It's heavy, it's durable, it's going to literally last you a lifetime. The only thing you ever have to worry about is replacing the ink cartridge when it runs out. And they're not that bad. In fact, CountyCom also carries the ink cartridges. And I think they're $5 a piece, but they last a very long time, and they are very high quality ink cartridges as well. Anyway, that's my review. I think it's a fantastic buy if you're into high quality pens. If you're not, don't bother. Save your money for other stuff. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the review. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I thank you for watching. Take care.